So basically, like the first thing about building an MVP is like you have to very clearly define what that MVP is, and what are the particular parameters of the MVP. What I've seen with most like requests that come in is like they have a main core idea, but they look at other competitors and other people and everything, and then have like lot of like features and components that they don't need, or which is not their core capability, or what core intention. They have all those things in their feature list and they want all of those things. Now the problem with that is like it is basically extending the time period or extending the cycle, or your first iteration, that is your first iteration is your MVP, right? So your first iteration time period is it's like super long, because you have 10 features, and out of which your USP is just one feature or two feature. So then you have one or two USP features as your USP. You should be focusing on that one. Try to create a simple MVP and then putting it into the market so that people will try it, and then give you feedback, and then you iterate on top of it, and then like as you getting the feedback, you perfect that two features, and then you can build all the other features around it, which are like support systems for your main feature. So that is the core area in which in which a new MVP should focus on. So that is what I would say is the primary thing that everybody misses out right now but should be doing. Now the second most important thing is like as you like mentioned, to keep the how to use tools and services to help this process. So the main thing that I've seen is like one of the primary things is like there are so many services, there are so many tools, especially in the SaaS industry, that you can just plug in instead of building it. Instead of building it, you can just plug it in. One of the main things that we do in cost cutting is that we never design any templates from scratch for any models or anything. The UI is always bought. We go to Theme Forest or any of the other websites, sit with the client and then find a theme that they like, and then we just pick it and then we use it. It's like you pay $40, you save a month's worth of effort. So why do you need to spend a month designing and developing a website when you can get one developed online for free? Similarly, there are tools like hosting services, like another that is another primary thing that we do is like we don't want to maintain infrastructure, right? You don't want to maintain infrastructure. It's a lot of time setting up the infrastructure, it's a lot of time maintaining the infrastructure, build cycles, CI/CD pipelines, all of these things. This is like a headache. You don't want to do that as well. You want to have something simple, so set up something like Vercel. Just connect your repo, set it up in Vercel, you have your website up and running in a day, and there is like very less maintenance. Obviously you have to you may grow out of the limitations, but still for an MVP, most of the 90% of the things get covered in when you are using such services. Now apart from those things, your core area or the main area that you are working on, or you should be working on, is the unique features of your MVP. And that is where I believe that you should never cut costs. It's like a consulting, just like any other consulting service. For example, you want your best lawyer when you are on a case, right? So if you are having a case against you in court, and you will not go for the cheapest option, you will only go for the best lawyer that is available for you. That's how you do it, right? Similarly, you have a firm and you are doing accounting, you don't go for the cheapest one accountant there to do your stuff. You go for the best one, so that they will navigate you through the best solutions possible and then get it done. Similarly, your USP feature should be built. That is where your chunk of your money should go in, and that is where you should have your best talents working on it, and that is where the focus should be on. So that is where ideally you should spend most of your time as well as money and your effort and your thoughts there. That's what you should be doing. And once you have once you spend it, once you iterate one or two times and make the USP perfect, that is where now you have now you can think about doing everything else and moving forward. But That I would say is the primary thing that any successful like entrepreneur should definitely be doing.